Hello and welcome back to another episode of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty TV. I'm Jeff Barnes, owner and managing broker here of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. And guys, before we get started, make sure you go down in the description. If you got questions about Florida real estate, buying, selling, investing, anything in between, there's my email below. Also, if you want to get the free valuation, what is your home worth for free? Whether you're buying a home that you want to see what it's worth on the market or what the value is on the market, or whether you're selling your home and want to see what the value is on the market, guys, I got you down there for free. Just click on those links. Make sure you follow me on all the socials. It's a great educational background on my Instagram and on my Facebook. So, guys, I got to tell you, ever since I made a change on this channel to go from being talking to agents to talking to consumers, my phone blows up a lot with people asking me questions. And this week question that I got that I'm just going to give y'all a quick video on is how to negotiate the best price as a home buyer. How to negotiate the best price as a home buyer. Now, one of the things you guys are going to see is my whole background since I graduated college years and years and years ago has been sales, marketing, negotiation. Sales, marketing, negotiation. In that order, by the way. Because at the end of the day, guys, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate for. Remember that. So I'm going to just give you guys, I think I wrote down 4 things. I got my notes right here, so I apologize. I think I wrote down 4 things that I'm going to give you guys. And guys, guess what? Guess what, guys? This ain't going to be a podcast where we say pay with cash. Okay? That is not the only thing. I wrote down some things outside of cash, right? I ain't saying cash ain't king. I ain't saying cash ain't important. But you can get that. You don't need to watch a YouTube video to hear somebody say pay in cash. I'm not, if paying cash is what you were looking for, that's not what you're going to find here because you already knew that. But I will say this about cash. Cash only works if there's no contingencies. Once you start having contingencies and that kind of thing, now cash deals can go south just like finance deals. Okay. Now, why am I saying this to you guys? We're going to get into these things that I believe are important for home buyers as they negotiate deals with sellers, right? So here we go, guys. The first thing I want to do for you is look for homes that have been on the market over 30 days. I know all of y'all are obsessed with Zillow, and I get it. You got all your alerts set up. We all got less money in the bank, and that's when our thirst for homes are more expensive. Y'all ever, you look at your bank account, but you own Zillow looking at the $5 million homes, right? I get all that. I need y'all to compartmentalize that for a second. And I need you to go into your search, whatever website you use for searching. Look for homes over 30 days on the market. That's your first sign of negotiation. Okay. Now, if you willing to look for ones that have been on the market even longer, 60, 90, 120 days, a year, that's the first sign of negotiation. Okay. Because now I need to know, is this seller up for the long haul? I know nobody likes their home to be on the market more than 30 days. And that's when they start to say, okay, let me start thinking about a buyer instead of start thinking about myself as a seller. Okay. 30 days minimum, guys. If you can push it out 90, 120, 180, whole year, looking at that range, you have more negotiation power and leverage because at this point, the seller starts to break down. Any one of these increments, the seller starts to break down. So if you're a buyer, do not look at the house that just came on the market. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. The seller's going to get the better deal, not you. Second thing, guys, look at FSBOs. Look at FSBOs as a way to negotiate a better price. Okay? If you look at FSBOs, you're already going to look at a guy who's choosing not to use an agent. They're really cutting costs on the front end, all that kind of stuff. But now you're dealing with the seller directly. It's not agent to agent talking behind the scenes, and you may not trust the agents and all that kind of stuff. FSBO guys can be aggressive because once they've decided to put their home on the market as an FSBO, they're ready to move it. They just think that the real estate guy or girl holds up the process or does things behind the scenes that they don't trust, which is absolutely untrue. But we're not here to dispel that myth. We're here to talk about getting buyer a better price on the home. I don't care why the FSBO chose to not use an agent, and I really don't care. What I'm telling you is that as you look to negotiate, look at FSBOs, because that guy's already trying to tell you he's trying to save money by not dealing with an agent or not going through the traditional process. Okay, so guess what? Since he's trying to save money, he's going to understand that you're trying to save money. Rapport means a lot when you're negotiating, because people got to assume equal business stature when you are negotiating. Okay, if there's not equal business stature, y'all know the rule. If you look in the room and don't, if you look around the room and don't see a fool, it's you. Okay, so you don't ever want to go in the room and be the person that can't recognize the fool, because if you can't recognize the fool, it's you. That's why people lose in negotiation. So one of the things you want to do is look at FSBO. This guy has decided not to use an agent. And I'm not saying he's a fool, but what I'm saying to you is he's not having somebody represent him. Have you ever gone to somebody who is on trial and they represent themselves versus having an attorney represent them? That ain't the court's. It ain't the court's fault that you chose to go that route. It's my job as a person who's representing the buyer to take advantage of the fact that he doesn't have an agent. Okay, guys. So make sure you look for FSBOs. The next thing you want to do, guys, is learn the art of asking for seller credits. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. Home sellers like to brag on what they sold a house for. Home sellers are on the gross component of things. Gross, not net. Learn to ask for seller credit. Don't negotiate the price, negotiate seller credits. And a lot of people struggle with this because why am I telling you to negotiate seller credits? What I'm telling you to do, guys, is think about it. The seller wants his price. The seller's agent wants their commission, right? Seller wants the price. Seller's agent wants their commission. The seller's agent's commission is based on sales price. So if you negotiate sales credit, you giving this guy seller credits. If you negotiate seller credits, you're giving your seller what he wants, which is the price, and you're giving your agent what they want. You're giving the seller's agent what they want, which is commission. Y'all ain't finding this on no other channel, guys. Hey, I know millions ain't watching, but what I'm telling you, if you're watching this, I'm telling you right now how to negotiate as a home buyer. Okay, we're gonna do how to negotiate as a home seller with your agent on another video. But what I'm saying to you right now, guys, as a home buyer, learn to look for seller credit opportunities. And guys, here's the last one. I told you I wasn't gonna hold you long. I ain't sharing the articles or anything like that. Here's the last one. Buy a house that you're not emotionally attached to. Guys, honestly, a house now is not the house of our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents. Houses don't mean nothing, guys. Guys, houses are being bought and sold just like cars are being bought and sold now. A lot of times because of Robert Kiyosaki and stuff like that, people realizing that a house is not an asset, it's the asset of the bank. You know, you got people doing investing, you got people doing Airbnbs with them. Guys, I can tell you like this. Do not buy a house that you're emotionally attached to. You cannot negotiate when you're thirsty, guys, right? Emotion represents a thirst, okay? And which means if the seller has the water and you're thirsty, you'll pay anything for that water. That's why you don't want to buy a house that you fell in love with. Ooh, I walked in and I knew this was it, right? You can't do that, guys. This is a temporary place to lay my head so that I can get rest, take a shower, go back out and do what I do to make it so I can afford to pay this house. You see what I'm saying, guys? A lot of people get the home of their dreams, then they don't want to leave it. If you get the home of your dreams, you've killed your negotiation power because you're going to pay more for the home of your dreams. That home you just knew was the one. Then you try to start inviting all these other people over to it so they can see it. Well, then you forget what put me in position to actually buy this house. Okay. And that's why you see these areas coming up with live, work, play. Because I'm going to put that house right where you work and play, because the house should not be important. The house is just where you lay your head so you can get back up and live and play and work, right? Live, play, work, play. Don't buy a house that you are, don't buy a house that you are emotionally attached to. Buy a house that's going to help you do business better at work and going to help you enjoy your play time versus your house time, guys. Don't turn a house into a home. Let it stay a house, because the people who turn houses into homes find out that home turns into bondage. It turns into a prison. Live, work, play is popping up because people don't want to be in a house all the time now. They ain't trying to invite people to their house. And that's why you see a lot of these homes sitting on the market right now, because they're thinking you want a dream home. That's the way they're positioning and marketing it, versus a place that, hey, this helps me work better and this helps me play better. I'm convenient to my work. I'm convenient to my play. That is what's going to get you a better price on a house. Those four things, guys. Over 30 days old, right? Okay, let's recap. Over 30 days old, FSBOs, seller credits, and no emotion in the house. If you like the house, don't offer anything on it. You're going to lose your negotiation power. Those are the four things I'm giving you guys. You guys get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the four I just gave you, man. If you hadn't already, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like this content. I make sure I give you guys a video every week on the things of real estate. If you hadn't already, look down in the description. My email is below. Email me about any real estate questions you may have, especially in the state of Florida. If you're looking to buy, sell, I got a team. Let me know. We can try to get you set up on the sales side or the buy side. If you want that free property evaluation for the home you want to sell or the home you want to buy, just click on Buy Now, Sell Now, realty.com. Get down in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think. And until next episode, guys, take care and make it a great week.